Hey everybody, it's the Witch Doctor here, back again with another lettering tutorial. Today I'm going to talk about something kind of technical, not so interesting, and a little bit boring maybe to some people, but I'm going to talk about the difference between serifs and sans-serifs. So you may have heard typefaces being referred to as this before. It's either a serif or a sans-serif. So a serif is the little line that you might find on a piece of type on different typefaces. For example, if you have an A and there's little lines at the top and bottom, these are the serifs. In a sans-serif, sans just means without. So a sans-serif is just an A that doesn't have these. It's just kind of a straight line. I mean, there's different variations on this. You can still have bold, serif and sans-serif. So that's kind of an extreme version of an A. That would be considered a sans-serif, italics. So it doesn't really matter the style of it so much as this little thing. When you have a serif, there are different types too. There might be a flat serif, and that would be in a font typeface that you'd find like Bodoni. And that's going to kind of just have a thin, straight stroke attached to the end of each line of the letter. It usually doesn't have any kind of connection or anything. It's just kind of there. As opposed to a Roman, which might be something like Times New Roman. And that one, that's similar to a flat serif, but it has a little bit of a connection. It's kind of rounded where it's connected there. So instead of just being at the end of it, it's kind of got a little bit of a smooth curve going in and out of it. Serifs are intended to help readability at small sizes, so kind of carries your eye along. So you'll often see sans-serif as a headline font, and then a serif as something more like a body copy. And the third type of serif, and there's probably more, but these are kind of the basics. This one would be called an Egyptian or slab. And that would be a font like maybe Rockwell. So this is one kind of like a flat serif, but really thick. So imagine that these are kind of like big boxes instead. Just a big slab. That's why they call that. So you can kind of get a sense of how they start to look. I have a magazine here, and you can to kind of look at some different things. And so here we're looking at the Scientific American typeface, and in the I've already kind of circled some things in yellow here. But if you look at the serif here, on the eye, it's kind of a flat serif, so I would guess that to be, if you had to guess font, that's probably something like Bodoni. But it's interesting, if you look at the N, it kind of has more of a combination. You know, it's kind of more like a Times, or Roman, serif. It's sort of rounded as it goes in and out of it. So I don't know, this is probably, there's typefaces that sort of combine the two. These are kind of the extremes. And then you notice that this is sort of a sans-serif font that they're going to use here for the big headline. And you know, there's different strokes. These, you can notice that these aren't totally vertical. So that's kind of how they vary different typefaces with that. And there's lots of different ways, but just to kind of give you a basic idea. If we were to open this up, you see that a lot of this type in here is, I don't know if you can see that, but most of that is well, this side is a serif, and then they kind of, to change it up, kind of use the sans-serif here as like a little call out. So looking at magazines and things are a great way to sort of recognize the differences and how they're used, and once you start to notice them more, you can start to use them in your work and your own lettering. So as always, thanks for watching, and please leave any comments or questions in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe, as I'll be putting out more of these each week. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time.